Hi, it's Elizabeth Willits here from Investing in Women, and I'm delighted because today I'm being joined by Leah Horwood from Harper James Solicitors, and we are live today on Facebook and on LinkedIn. We're going to be talking all about flexible working at Harper James Solicitors and more widely within the legal sector. But we are live today on Facebook and on LinkedIn, chatting all about flexible working. And if people are logging on, if they can let us know if you can hear us all okay. Any problems with sound, do let us know. If you could give us a like or an emoji as you're logging on and starting to watch, that would be fantastic. And obviously any questions that you may have as we're going, please put them in the comments and we will get them answered. But yes, I'm delighted because today we are going to be chatting all about flexible working at Harper James Solicitors, and we are with Leah Horwood from the firm. So hi Leah, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi Liz, thanks for having me.
That's all right. So before we jump into Harper James, who they are and what they do you want to just give us a brief introduction to you and what you do for them?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the head of talent at Harper James and deal with our sort of full recruitment process. So generally I'm the person that has the intro with anyone who's interested in opportunities with Harper James. And we've got some really exciting jobs and some background to tell you about today.
Brilliant. So if people are watching this and they've not heard of Harper James,
Yeah.
who are they and who are you and what do you do and what do you specialise in?
So I specialise in legal recruitment, and my background has been I've worked in the legal sector for probably more years than I care to remember. And Harper James is a national commercial law firm, and we are designed to specifically support entrepreneurial businesses that are starting up or scaling up, and obviously beyond. And 70% of our revenue is from subscription clients. So as you kind of quite rightly pointed out, we sort of see ourselves as the Netflix of the legal world, which is really quite exciting, because we've got a really innovative approach to delivering highly tailored and accessible legal advice. And we have offices in Birmingham and Sheffield, and access to shared office space in London, Cambridge, Manchester and Oxford.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So are you one of the first people to do this subscription service? That makes you quite unique. Are you sort of pioneers in the industry for offering that?
I'd say we definitely are. Yeah. I mean, we've got a really innovative approach to delivering legal advice. And we're really making legal services accessible to those startup and scale-up businesses that we champion. Just to give you a bit of background in terms of how we came to be. So Toby Harper, our CEO, started the firm just over 7 years ago, 2014, independently. And he previously worked in-house for a well-known venture capital firm. And when he was there, he really saw firsthand the barriers that growth businesses face in getting access to quality legal advice. So started at Harper James, and we're a team now of probably approaching 75 to 80 people, with some new starters due to come on board in the new year, which is very exciting. And we've got huge plans for growth.
Wow. Okay. So that's quite exciting. And in terms of so he's obviously come from an in-house background, is that correct? So how's he found the transition moving from sort of in-house to more of a client-facing law firm? And have you had anyone else that's made that switch?
We do, yeah. And it works actually really quite well in terms of the way we advise our clients. I think our clients like the fact that some of our lawyers have joined us from an in-house background, because they can really relate to their legal requirements. They've lived and breathed an in-house role, so really have a good understanding of what our clients' needs are. So it really works well.
Yeah, and have you said that you're moving, considering moving to an organisation, your organisation, you don't necessarily need a client following. I think you've mentioned that before, so I don't know if you want to expand on that.
Yeah, sure. So that's absolutely right. We've got the clients, and the way that we have set up the business is to maximize support to lawyers so that they can be lawyers. So as well as sales and marketing and client services and taking care of new business and account management, we've got dedicated admin, finance, compliance teams. They deal with all client onboarding, billing, and other admin. So we've really kind of removed those additional responsibilities that lawyers might typically deal with in a more traditional, if you like, practice. And we focus on the BD and marketing, and 90% of the work that the firm does is generated through our marketing, sales, and client services function. So what's interesting to us is experience, expertise, and commitment to our clients. There's never been a requirement to come on board with a client following.
Okay, so basically your lawyers are coming on and being lawyers, and then you've got a sales and marketing team that is bringing on board new business that your lawyers then service that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So if someone, really enjoys the legal aspect of their role and they don't want to do the sales and marketing, then you sound like a really good firm for them to consider. And in terms of positions, I know that I put the link to your careers page, so hopefully if people are starting to get interested about what you're offering, you can click on that and you can see all the roles that you're currently recruiting for. But do you want to talk us through the types of positions you tend to recruit for and what you are looking for?
Yeah, sure. So really we're recruiting, the plan for us is to scale over the course of the next few years. So we're hitting 6 million turnover, and we've got plans to get to 20 million within 5 years. And that's not completely pie in the sky. It's based on the traction that we're receiving and are continuing to receive from the methods we undertake to generate new business and retain it. So as you can imagine, we're doing a lot of recruitment to support that. So it's a really exciting time in terms of our continued growth. We're recruiting across all practice areas, and we've got career opportunities for, when it comes to lawyers, all levels of experience. Really, we're looking from 2 years PQE up to and including partner level, across corporate, commercial tech, data protection, IP, employee incentives, financial services. Wow. And we've got full-time, part-time and flexible hours available. On the part-time side, what we generally look for is a minimum time commitment of the equivalent of 3 days a week, which is worked flexibly over the course of the week. So either over 5 days or 4 days.
Okay, so 5 short days. It'd be good for somebody that maybe had a school age children.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's exactly how I work as well. I've, my son's 7, so I fit my day around the school run and the after school club. So yeah, our team have got a really lots of flexibility when it comes to sort of managing their day.
Brilliant. Okay, and you said you had offices nationwide. So where can people work, and do they have flexibility to choose where they work as well?
Really, they typically our lawyers work from home remotely all over the UK. So Sheffield and Birmingham are our main offices. So some of our lawyers, if they're within a commutable distance of one of those regions, they may access the office for meetings, etc. And what we try and do is arrange a team meeting, usually around once a month, so that the teams can get together. More importantly, have a nice lunch and a catch up. That all plays part of the way that we collaborate and sort of build a really collaborative approach to work. So typically the lawyers work from home remotely. Where and when they work, they have got a huge degree of flexibility over. If they wanted to work in one of our offices and they were within a commutable distance, we can accommodate it. But the majority of the team do work from home remotely.
Brilliant. And so if someone's watching this really interested, think I like the sound of your role, they maybe click in and think, that looks like a good position for me. What does your recruitment process look like?
So it's really relaxed and informal. It's about getting to know more about the candidate and vice versa, telling them more about Harper James. So to kick things off, we just set up a Teams intro with me, just so that I could get to introduce myself, tell them a bit more, and find out a bit more about them. We normally ask people to participate in a technical assessment. That's our lawyers, and and also we'll discuss the sort of other roles that we've got as well, in marketing and our support roles. But everyone generally takes part in a short technical assessment, and then beyond that, we would also set up teams meetings or interviews with some of the members of the team as well as part of the process. But we're really proactive with our recruitment, and with the scale of recruitment we're doing at the moment, we're really keen to get the right people on board that can play a really important part in terms of this next phase of our growth.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, and company benefits. I think I've seen on your adverts that you are really proud of your company benefits, quite rightly. So do you want to tell people that are watching what benefits you offer?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, we offer a really competitive salary in line with market rate, and obviously dependent on experience. For our lawyers, there's also a competitive bonus that relates to chargeable hours, but that is really realistic and achievable, because, as I mentioned, we sort of remove those non-chargeable elements of the role and have teams centrally that focus on those things. And we also have private medical care, pension contributions, and we're looking at making improvements overall to our benefits package over the course of the next year.
Okay.
So yeah, we're doing some work on that at the moment to look at introducing other benefits.
Brilliant. Okay, so if people are interested, I've given the link to your careers page, and I assume that people just can apply for roles through that.
Yeah, absolutely. Or we've got a little chat bot. You'll probably see my face pop up on that.
Oh, okay.
So if they just wanted to send me, an informal question, or that can be done that way. Or alternatively, they can find me on LinkedIn, or drop me an email. We can just start off with a really informal intro and chat to find out more about us, and I can just find out more about them, obviously completely confidentially. So yeah, we'd welcome that. So either via the website, chatbot, LinkedIn, email, I'm here.
Yeah, and obviously if anyone's watching this and they know of anyone else that may be interested in your organisation and the types of roles you're recruiting for. And also we had this wasn't written down in my question. We had you're recruiting quite far out as well, aren't you? Because we spoke about an individual that's currently on maternity leave, but may want to return in the summer. So if maybe somebody's watching this and maybe isn't ready to start right now, it's still worth having a conversation with you and potentially getting something set up so you've got something to start when you're
absolutely. We'd welcome that. We're actually speaking to a couple of people at the moment who are in a similar situation, looking at their options beyond maternity or paternity leave. So we've got such huge plans to scale, and our we're making it will be appointed in the region of 50 to 60 lawyers over the course of the next few years. So we're really keen to get these conversations lined up, and we know how quickly the year has flown by. So yeah, we're always quick interested in getting those conversations going. So yeah, that would be absolutely fine.
Brilliant. All right. So I think I've asked all the questions I've got, but obviously if anybody has any more questions, then I will link to you on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So if anyone wants to contact you further, confidentially, just has some informal questions before maybe submitting a formal application, I'm sure that you would welcome that as well, Leah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, as I say, keen to just open the dialogue. So if anybody wanted to just approach this on an informal basis to find out some more initially, don't hesitate to get in touch.
Brilliant. And as an aside, I think you're a brilliant organisation. I'm really excited to be working with you and talking about you. And I think what you're doing is so good. So I'm hoping that more organisations, legal or not, looking at your model and how it works and how you value your employees as well. We've had Kirsty saying, love what your company ethics are about and the opportunities that you're providing. So thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, brilliant. All right. Well, thank you ever so much, Leah. Thank you to everybody that's watched today. And obviously we'll link to everything. So if you want more information, you can get in touch with myself or with Leah. But thank you ever so much.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks
really
for
appreciate
watching.
it. Thank you.
Bye.